Welcome back. So this is my fourth video on no shares, no gains. So I've had a huge change. There's so much volatility that's happened in the market. I tried to balance that out by trying to spend more. You can never really judge when the market's going to return. But as you know, I can't say the name of it because something to do with the YouTube algorithm stops this video getting put high on YouTube. So I'm just going to call it an illness. So particular illnesses are affecting the economy, and it's caused huge volatility in the market. So one of the things, the Bank of England recently has cut interest rates to try and balance the economy. So it was already quite low at 0.75%, and it's went to 0.25. US, it was on Monday, the 9th. I think stocks were falling 7% within 15 minutes, so they cut the stocks out. You weren't able to buy for a while, just to try and stabilize things, make things better. US is also trying to cut interest rates, which is also at the moment very low, and mortgage rates have also been cut. So they're trying to get consumer spending back up, try and rebalance the economy. So anyway, starting from my portfolio, so I've had some dividends recently. This is my second month investing. So since first I had on the 2nd of March, I think it's 35, see, yeah, 35 shares. I've increased this at the moment, but that got me 61 pence when ex-dividend. LTC Properties, this is a REIT, I think, and I got 4 pence for 0.3 shares. Intel, quite a small amount. I have 0.1 shares, got me 2 pence, and the last two. Visa, 7 pence with 0.35 shares. And last one, I'm not too pleased with this one. I think even if the economy was better, I don't think this one would have brought me too much anyway. But 20 shares, and that got me 3 pence. So this is a REIT. Going through my portfolio. So I don't think I bought too much into 3M recently. I think I got, last video was 0.5 shares, so I just got 0.1 to try and lower it a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, so my average is £123 per share, but at the moment it's not a full share. And you can see how much volatility this has had at the moment. So at the start, Corona just going down and down. AbbVie, this has been going up and down. There's such like a yo-yo, this one. I had 3.5 shares, and it managed to go down to, I was at a return at 0%, and then it went -1. I managed to pick up 1.2 shares in this, so it kind of balanced things a little bit better. This is one of the few green stocks I have. I'm guessing this is going to go down again, and I'm considering I might add to that if I do have the funds to kind of get back to this. Adobe. So the way the industry is moving now, everyone's going software, less hardware, less need for manufacture. So Adobe is one of the companies, they've always been doing that, and I think they're going to be doing fine. But at the moment it's not ideal. But not losing as much as some of my other stocks. AMD. So this is one of my bigger shares, and I haven't invested too much since the start of coronavirus. So I'm not doing too great on the stock for this one. So they recently unveiled the RDNA 2 graphics card, which I was expecting to kind of make a jump in the share price, but I think that would have only worked if the economy was actually better than it is. So it wasn't ideal. Later on I could see this improving, and they've got a couple of big contracts at the moment, so things are only going to get better as soon as scratch this, as soon as the illness happens anyway. Finishes. So let's see. There's AGNC. So this was doing quite well before that illness happened. It was having consistent growth, going up, and then at the start of that illness it was going, you can see it just going down, down, down. I have 24 shares, average price of £14.29. So I want to try and average this down a little bit, but I still have quite a lot in this company. So I do have a lot of stock, so the way I'm approaching this is, so companies I'm interested in, I might buy a small share and I'll see how they do. I generally don't want to sell at a loss, so I try to see how they're doing rather than keep them in my watch list. I buy a very small amount. I receive frequent dividends, which is, at least I can kind of put that back into my stock. Let's see. So Google, Alphabet, Google, great company. Not doing as bad as some other ones I have. Just at 7.84% loss. So not too bad compared to how bad it could be. Software company, as you know. So Apple, this is a dividend growth company. It has a very low yield at the moment, but they're generally growing quite a lot. So I can see things improving later on. I would like to increase my shares in this. So AT&T, I think I previously had about 3 shares in the last video, so I just got some more in this. Great dividend payer. I would have thought they would be doing much better than some companies because they are telecommunication. They're launching their new TV deals, so it's like, I think it's a set-top box. They own some pretty good companies, so I think they might do okay. But they're kind of trying to diversify what they do, but don't really rely on manufacturers so much. So they're doing relatively okay compared to some at the moment. Aviva Insurance is not doing great. So this one, financial insurance, life insurance. People are kind of prioritizing other things, I guess. I've just been hit a lot. It went ex-dividend recently, so I should get paid next month. They do have quite a high yield, and I think it's about 8%. And there's a very good possibility that they might cut this because of how things are going, but I think they might keep it. Let's see. So Barrett Development, I've heard that they've recently changed their CEO, so it's kind of, at the moment we're not sure how that's going to affect them. It's a mix of that and the economy is not doing too great at the moment, so mortgage prices are quite low. I think they were supposed to be building some houses in New Yorker that might get delayed. So let's kind of see how this goes. I have 7 shares with an average price of £7.50. Boeing, great company. So this one, definitely going to rebound. I can see this going right back up. So it's a duopoly, very necessary industry. So they need this one. It's not just going to go out of business. At the moment, it's at a 3-year low. So it hasn't been this way in a long time. But they dominate their market. At its height, $340 or higher. 370. Now it's at 196. So I have 0.01 shares. Not a lot, but I might buy into this if I can afford it. I want to see how I can distribute my funds more. Maybe a small share. Boohoo, this is one I did want to average down to sell. I guess it's not quite ideal timing, so I'll keep holding on to them to see how things go. So I have 7 shares at £3.28 per share. Let's see. So BP. So oil stocks have fallen like dramatically. So all the prices have been plummeting. They're the lowest they've been in, I think it's in 30 years. So they do pay quite a high dividend. So there's BP, Exxon, Royal Dutch Shell. These companies pay quite a lot in their dividends, but I'm still not sure about oil stocks for long-term growth. So I might try and like lower this. I can see the things switching in the future, but maybe not anytime soon. So I'm thinking about oil stocks, whether I want to stick with them, perhaps move it elsewhere. Carnival. So this is a cruise line, so people don't really want to be in close proximity to others at the moment. Holidays, it's not something people are doing at the moment. They're trying to save. They don't know what's going to happen with this illness that's going around. This will rebound, but we're not sure when. There's a good chance that this could go lower. So at the moment, I have 4 shares, total £26.09 per share. If I can get this, so it's almost, if it gets to 15 US dollars, that would be amazing. I think I might buy 2 more with this. And then it has potential to go back up, so it was doing quite fine before that happened. So let's see. So let's see. Coca-Cola. Surprisingly, this has been going quite low. Generally, it's always been going up, so it might just be a short, temporary issue, but I can see this rebounding. And I have 4.55 shares at £44.29 per share. So, Cross Timbers Royalty, this is a REIT. So I got this when it was, so $8.11, £6.26. Now it's at $5.87. I might just buy maybe 3 more shares of this to try and average it down a little bit. And they pay monthly, so it's good. Delta Airlines, this is a great stock. So it was at about 60 just in February, kind of prior to all this illness happening. So I have 2 shares, but I think I might prioritize Boeing over this. Let's see. Facebook, they will rebound, but I think it's going to take quite a while, so I'm just going to hold on to them, see how things go. Gilead Sciences, one of the few companies actually they're doing tests at the moment, so we don't really know how far away that is. If they're going to find a cure or not, it's a bit early to say, but they're having quite good progress at the moment, so they might do quite well. So I might invest a little bit more into this company, see how things go. And Greencoat, so I think I was paid a dividend of 61 pence for 35 shares I had before. Now I have 45. So for an average of £1.43 per share. And let's see. So there's Legal in General. This company was operating a lot more efficiently than Aviva, but very similar as a company. They do have a slightly lower yield, but I think their operations are much more efficient. So I do like this company a bit more. But at the moment, I'm not prioritizing them. I'm just trying to, I might try and lower my average price a little bit by buying some more. But let's kind of prioritize my fees first. And Lloyd's, they've been hammered. So my average price is 52 pence, which I did manage to average down. So I was about 200, and I think it was about 60p. And then this happened, and as you can see, just going downhill. Climb the mountain, go down. So Microsoft, great company. So they're trading at 29 times earnings, and they're kind of switching their company to more of a services company. They have huge cash reserves, so that they do have potential to buy out a lot of other competitors or kind of reinvest into the company. And the payout at the moment is at 38%. So they do have a lot of room to grow this dividend. But I think they're focusing on growth at the moment, and it's a very secure company. And I would like to try and lower my average with them, but I already invested. This is my biggest investment. I have 4.2 shares at £129.25, which I mostly got before this kind of happened at the moment. Let's see. So PayPal, I need to look into this a bit more, but I would think the way things are going, people do prefer to have like be cashless. If they can avoid touching physical money, things that they can do to avoid it. It's kind of heading towards that direction anyway, so let's kind of see. So I have these two companies, Royal Dutch Shell. I think this one is, RDSB. This one is actually traded in London, the London Stock Exchange. So I have £17.34. I would say it's better to hold this if you're in UK versus, I should have checked this out before, but this one is traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So you're going to get a slightly lower dividend payment than you would if you choose one that's nearer to you. So I'm still going to receive quite a bit from them, but not as much as I would have if I invested entirely in the Royal Dutch Shell in London. Sirius Minerals, interesting company. So they've been struggling at the moment. So I think it was the 16th of March they were bought out by Anglo America. They were really struggling for some months, and they didn't have long to find some funding. So they've been bought out just then, so that's a couple of days from now. And I think the shareholders are going to be paid 5.5p per share at the end of March. So I think I bought this around 0.054. So it's a small increase. At least I made something from this. So not a lot, but that's okay. Starbucks. So they closed around 80% of their stores in China. And that's set to reopen in the second quarter. So let's kind of see how that goes. But I have one share, £65.54. And this, I think, is going to return back to normal a bit later, so I'm just going to hold on to this. Tesla, they're going to keep falling at the moment. I think they were supposed to have built their Gigafactory, which I think that might get delayed a little bit, to build their new battery technology they're supposed to unveil, but I think things are going to slow down at the moment. So I can see this continue to fall. It might go back to around 600-ish, which I might get some more shares into this, but it definitely will return when things stabilize a little bit more. And Virgin Galactic, yeah, people are prioritizing at the moment. This company was doing really well, better than Tesla for a short period. So I bought into it a little bit more, wait for the rebound, but it's very difficult to time the market. You don't really know, so let's kind of see. Anyway, that's my portfolio. So I'd say just try and this is not financial advice, so do your own research, check out other videos, read some books, listen to Warren Buffett, kind of figure out what works, what kind of investor you are. But I hope my video was helpful, just looking at my portfolio to see how things are. I'd appreciate a subscribe, so if you could give me a like and a comment, that'd be great. Helps with YouTube algorithms. And hope to see you in the next video. So thank you. Peace.